Hello everyone. Today, Sunday, May 3rd, is called Good Shepherd Sunday. In the Old Testament, God is pictured as the shepherd of Israel. Psalm number 80, verse 1 says that, "Hear us, O shepherd of Israel, you who led Joseph like a flock." Also, great leaders of Israel like Abraham or Jacob, they were either possessed a lot of sheep or they were shepherds. Abraham, the great father of the Jewish people, possessed a lot of sheep. Jacob, the founding father of Israel, not only possessed a lot of sheep, but also he was a shepherd. At his earlier days, he took care of his uncle Laban's sheep. Moses, the great leader of Israel, the one who delivered the people of Israel from Egyptian slavery, and he led the people in the wilderness from Egypt to Canaan for 40 years. He received 10 commandments from God. He was at one time a shepherd. While he was taking care of his father-in-law, Jethro's flock, he came far to Horeb from Midian. There he saw a flame of fire within a bush. Though the bush was on fire, it did not burn up. There the angel of the Lord called him for a mission to deliver the people of God from Egypt like a shepherd. He led the people of Israel in the desert to reach to Canaan. So the image of sheep and shepherd are deeply rooted in the Hebrew scriptures and their culture. The Bible writers used these images and culture. These Bible writers used these images for their writings. Jesus also used the images of sheep and shepherd as a teaching tool. For example, the parable of the lost sheep, which is written in Luke chapter 15. David, the great king of Israel, began his life as a shepherd boy. While he was taking care of his father Jesse's flock, he was called and anointed him as the king of Israel by the prophet Samuel. At his father Jesse's home, in front of his brothers, the one who were taller than him. David is described in the Hebrew scriptures as a poet or a musician. He wrote Psalm number 23 as a beautiful psalm in the Bible. This psalm motivates us, encourages us, and reassures us of the love of God. The psalm begins by saying, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not be in want." This is a highly motivating verse. David was a shepherd to his flock. He was very concerned about his flock's safety and welfare. Sheep need direction. The sheep completely trust their leader. David directed his sheep into tasty pastures and quiet waters because sheep would not drink from flowing water. David protected his flock from danger. For example, once he was tending his father Jesse's sheep, a lion came and took a lamb from the flock. He went after the lion and rescued it from the lion's mouth. And when the lion rose up against him, he seized him by his beard, struck, and killed him. On another occasion, he rescued another lamb from a bear. David protected his sheep from danger, which is written in 1 Samuel chapter 17. In this Psalm 23, David is saying, "The Lord is my shepherd." This shows an intimate relationship with God. It is a very personal matter. The faith that the Lord is my shepherd motivates one to do extraordinary things like David killed lion, bear, and the giant Goliath because he trusted the Lord. Like a sheep trust their shepherd, one should trust the Lord, especially in challenging times of life. Psalm 23 is encouraging us. It says that, verse 4, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." God is with you and me. Sometimes God allows us to walk through the valleys in life. The assurance of God's presence in the valleys are guaranteed. The shepherd who brought to the valleys will be able to navigate to the top of mountains in the midst of green pastures. God is with us. That is the good news. No matter what happens around us, He encourages us. The prophet Isaiah says, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned." Isaiah 43. It never says you will not pass through the waters or will not pass through the rivers, not walk through the fire. Rather, it says that when you pass through all these kinds of unusual situations in life, God's providing and protecting hands are with you, like a shepherd protecting and providing for his sheep. This assurance gives us greater encouragement in life. Jesus said to his disciples before his crucifixion, "In this world you will have trouble, but take your heart. I have overcome the world." Jesus never said that in this world you will never face any kinds of trouble. Rather, he said, in this world you will have trouble, but take heart. Never lose your faith and trust in God. So Psalm 23 reassures God's provision and promise in one who believes in God. That's why the psalmist says from his own life, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. In the Bible, repeatedly saying, fear not, I am with you. Fear not, I am with you. This assurance of God's rod and staff gives us comfort. The shepherd's rod and staff are used for guidance and protection. These two instruments help the shepherd to chase out wild animals which they hunt on the sheep. The one who believes that the Lord is his or her shepherd, their cup will overflow in the name of the Lord. This shows the abundance of joy and satisfaction in life. Once I read this story where a group of people were gathered in a large auditorium for an annual meeting. They had entertainment shows and speeches. Two speakers' presence captured people's attention. One was an actor and the other one was an old minister. The actor came to the podium and recited lines from Psalm 23 in a dramatic way, very funny way. People cheered up, laughed, clapped their hands. After that, the old minister came to the podium and recited Psalm 23 from his memory. When he came to the line, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and staff comfort me. The audience became quiet. No one cheered. No one clapped their hands. Everyone was intently paying attention to the minister's words. The Spirit of the Lord moves. The Spirit of the Lord moved strongly, and those words got through their hearts of the people, and tears welled up in their eyes of the people and ran down their faces. After a few moments, the actor rose and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I read Psalm 23 to your ears, but this man of God spoke to your heart. And this is the difference between our saying about Psalm 23. I know the psalm. This man knows the shepherd. This psalm reassures us. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows." Finally, Psalm 23 gives us the message of love and hope. Surely, goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. God's love and God's goodness are two things that will follow our lives throughout our days. God's love and God's goodness that always follows us. God loves us. His love never changes. One can trust the unchanging love of God. Jesus Christ is the Good Shepherd. He knows us. He cares for us. He do everything for our good, the one who believe in Him. He leads the believers day by day. So listen to the voice of God, which is in the Bible, with great confidence We can say, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. You are with me. Thanks be to God. God bless you all.